Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for this February the 5th, 2026, Thursday edition. Well, the eastern two-thirds of the country was under frigid air and snow showers. That has eased up a bit, and as you can see, the current temperatures and the high temperatures for today, Thursday, were much higher in the Midwest, Upper Plains, and the western states. The eastern states still high temperatures in the 20s and 30s from the upper Ohio Valley to the northeast, but that's expected to continue as this Arctic Canadian front comes through tomorrow and Saturday, dropping bitter cold wind chills below zero for much of the upper Midwest and the North and New England states. Down south, things have warmed up in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and also West Palm Beach and Orlando, and also in Texas and the Sun Belt back towards Arizona and San Diego. Things have warmed up nicely in the Bay Area for the Super Bowl this week. That's great news for those folks out there. Thank you for joining me on the Weather Gurus podcast today. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, as we get the latest interpretation of the weather briefly in the lower 48. Looking at the National Weather Service hazards here, you can see tonight, tonight, February the 5th, 2026, Thursday night, we do have this winter storm warning in effect for the West Virginia mountains and Alleghenies into western Maryland and into the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania, and also the southern Appalachians here. Winter weather advisory in purple for snow showers that will be coming through, like I said, associated with the Arctic front, and also the snow showers will be coming out the lakes here. So anywhere from Marquette, Houghton, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, down through Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, up towards Gaylord, Michigan, and over toward the Tokyo Plateau, Buffalo area, down towards Erie. The typical snowbed areas off of Cleveland and Lake Erie and Lake Ontario will be providing those additional snow showers. Nothing crazy, 1 to 3 inches total, but in the mountainous areas, high mountain elevations, Spruce Pound, West Virginia, and Beckley, places like that, and they may can see additional 3 to 6 inches of snow out of this thing. Now, when high wind warnings are in effect on the backside, high wind watches in effect on the I-81 corridor from Johnson City, Bristol, Tennessee, back up toward Roanoke, Virginia, and Staunton, Virginia, and the Shenandoah Highlands, and then over toward the Delmarva coastline. That's what we have going on there. But the frigid air, second week of February here, continues here. Colder air will pour southward from Canada, as I mentioned, courtesy of AccuWeather.com, into the Midwest and Northeast this weekend. So be prepared, bundle up, even though you're not getting snow. And this is expected to last until the middle 2 weeks of February here. And the setup here, as you can see here, the jet stream drifting down south here. We have this ridge and trough pattern, a ridge out west here, pushing all the way up into Vancouver, Canada here. High temperatures in Denver has been 60 degrees straight for the 13 days straight here, Colorado in the Front Range. And all of these areas have experienced warmth, have you seen on the other map. But meanwhile, in the east here, North Carolina, places like that, be digging out from 12 inches of snow in eastern North Carolina and other places as well. But very cold air, Arctic air, as a matter of fact, has been coming in with this Greenland block pattern that we have set up here. So a bit of cold air is reinforced for next week. We do see a break in the pattern later on next week, probably after next Saturday, and that will provide a little bit temperatures to get back to normal. But this polar vortex here continues here, stable, that resides near the Arctic Circle. It broke, part of the polar vortex is broken free from the Arctic Circle and came into the eastern two-thirds of the United States here, and that's why we had that frigid air here, as you can see the setup here, courtesy of AccuWeather.com. But there's not as cold, storms move along, less extreme. That's what's going to be happening in another 2 weeks here as we continue on. So this has been the Weather Guru podcast for February the 5th, 2026. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.